Greetings one and all, how's everyone doing? I hope very well. Get you a little bit better view. I'm glad the camera was off a moment ago. I let out the most pathetic whine because smoke hit me directly in both eyes. It's hard to explain, but it's like, you know, in terms maybe everyone can understand. Car. It sunk my battleship, I'll just say that. God, it hurt. I was like, ah! Oh, man. That was harsh. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to do meatloaf in a canteen for Canteen Cup Cooking. Oh, and here comes the smoke again. Come on. Dude, the other way, man. Good grief. So, I poorly planned yesterday, otherwise I would have had everything ready. So I've got is a tube of meat. I was actually just going to buy like 3/4 of a pound or so, and then, you know, net weight before cooking. And then, but the butcher didn't have all the ground beef out, so I just went with a tube. This is 95% or 93 lean, 7% fat. I should have gotten the 80-20, but I ended up just getting the 93. What I'm going to do with it is I'm going to steam some broccoli, because I've been trying to eat more greens lately because I'm already too fat, and I've also been cutting out a lot of junk food that I shouldn't have been eating in the first place. Been cutting all that out. I'm trying to do really well. Been pretty successful. I got one potato. I got a Yukon Gold. I'm gonna boil that up and then I'm gonna fry it. So that should be good. Dang it! I gotta move. As soon as I moved the camera, so did the wind. So anyway, I'm gonna boil the potato in a separate canteen cup, which is a method I've done before when I fry potatoes. And I'm gonna fry them up in my skillet, and then I'm gonna steam the broccoli in the MSR 1.1 liter pot. I have a bit of foil here for the when I put the meatloaf in the canteen, I'm going to put the foil on top of it, and I'm going to put coals on the lid. And then we've got this steamer grate here, which fits perfectly inside this MSR liter. I'm going to put water in and steam the veggies. And then I got a little bit of ghee I'm going to put on the vegetables, and I've got some seasoning which I'll show you, which I'll go over. Man, I'd probably offend half my subscribership if you heard the amount of swearing every time the camera's off, and that smoke just hits me. And I hate sitting here complaining about it. It's like, man, complain much, Mark? But this shit, it burned, man. It's like, you know, really painful. Okay, so my seasoning mix. Seriously. Man, alright, push on through. So the seasoning mix is just one of these little snack bags that I got at Winco. It's like Winco brand snack bags. They're like super cheap. This is a Mrs. Dash, Trader Joe's granulated garlic, Trader Joe's sea salt, which I get in the one you crack, and then a little bit of paprika. I didn't measure it because I don't measure my seasonings at home. I just pour in and eyeball it. I mean, you might like more, you might like less. And by the way, the Mrs. Dash is the salt-free, because I like the seasoning in the Mrs. Dash, but I don't like all the salt. But I did put a little salt in there. And then I got one little set aside. Maybe you can see the P I wrote on the bag, but this is for the potatoes. So I wanted to season my potatoes. It's basically the same seasonings. And how I'm going to mix this all together is I grabbed one of these grocery store bags, and the idea is I'm going to mix the meat and all the seasonings together in the bag, and then I can use the bag to knead the meat and all the seasonings together, and then I'll plop it in the canteen cup. Now, I didn't bring any oil for the canteen cup. I was going to bring some olive oil, and I forgot, but I think there'll be enough fat coming off the meatloaf, off the ground beef, that it would hopefully be fine. It shouldn't stick and burn, so I'll get that going. Okay, so I'm kind of having to explain what I'm doing while I'm doing it, because it's not like I just threw in some water and called it good like pasta. So open this puppy up. Come on, get out of there. Came out pretty much clean. Let's throw that away when I... Conveniently, I have a trash bag. I also grabbed an extra bag when I was at the store, so I'm going to throw in all the seasoning mix, which I spilled some, but not all. Put that aside. Throw that away, I guess. I picked up some gluten-free Italian breadcrumbs from Fred Meyer. It's a Kroger brand. I don't know if they have them countrywide, but I'm sure you guys can get any kind of breadcrumb. I'd say, I don't know, quarter cup, if that, 3-4 tablespoons, whatever. So I guess it'll be an Italian meatloaf, seasoned with Italian breadcrumbs. Then I have got 1 huevos. I had to buy eggs, which is fine. I'll put 1 egg in. If I can get the damn thing out. Zip this up, just because I foresee it falling over. So eat it in the bag. So I could probably have done this in a bowl and just moved it over to a zip top bag. Then all I have to do is just plop the bag out, but I think this will be fine. I almost thought about doing it without any egg or breadcrumbs, but I thought, no, it probably wouldn't turn out. You know what I don't have either? I don't have any Worcestershire sauce. That would have been good in here. But there's always next time. So just need that right in the bag, which you can't see because I'm doing it too high. Should be good. The nice thing about doing it this way is I'm not getting a bunch of meat all over my hands either. So, all right, that looks good enough. And then my canteen, using the Pathfinder canteen, same canteen I cooked that apple crisp in. But I need to do that again. That was good. Or switch and use a different fruit. Do a sort of a berry crumble or something. I think that would be good. Get all the meat out. All the meat out that I can. Like I said, I would have just mixed this up at home in a bowl and just put it in a zip top bag. I just brought it out, but you know, whatever. So I got some ground beef stuck in here, but you know, whatever. I hate to waste. No, I'm not really wasting that much. Just a small amount. Put that in the garbage bag. Clean up your mess. Alright. So there we go. Meatloaf. Or going to be meatloaf. Put the eggs back in the cooler. These are just one of those $10 coolers you can buy almost every store. A couple ice packs, you're good to go. Alright, there we go. Let's get that. Okay, so I've got my foil here. This is a heavy duty aluminum foil. And the reason for the foil is that I'm going to put coals on top while it cooks. So, let's see. My fire is a little bit big, but I think right here will be money. So, get that in the grill. Come on. There we go. Now I just need to fish out some coals. I forgot my tongs, or I may have a pair somewhere. I just gotta go find them. Come on. Yeah, but I wish I had my tongs. God, I can't even get close to the fire. There we go. Jeez Louise. Alright, so let's see on the time check. It is 11 o'clock on the dot. So I'm going to check it at 11:30. It takes about an hour to cook meatloaf, usually. But we'll see how that goes. Okay, so it's been half an hour, and I know I said I was going to check the meatloaf, but what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to get my potato on, dice this up, get some water on it, because I don't have a lid for it. Because my only lid is sitting on my meatloaf, so I don't have a lid to cover this. This is kind of a big spud. Hack off the ends. Feed the critters. There you go, forest friends. Little spud for you. Try to cut them all uniform or the same size for even cooking. And then drop it on the ground. Jeez. So, come on. Wow, a lot of traffic up here today. Dadgum. There we go. quick rinse and she's good as new. Alright. Now that that's there, unfortunately I don't have any salt put in the water, so usually salt will raise the boiling temperature. But you don't want it to boil, you just want it to simmer so that they cook through. Because you boil them, they soak up water. So we'll get that on the I got the tub in front of the fire. I was trying to create sort of like a wind block a bit. Let's see. Alright. Alrighty, so the meatloaf is here. That's my finger. And the potatoes are here, and I can already see that the water is starting to do something, so I know it's hot enough, and I'll just make sure to every now and then to give it a quick stir for even cooking. In fact, you can actually hear it. So that's off to a good start. Nice. Trying to set up like a little wind block with the bark here, best I can. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but just trying to control how much wind is blowing over. All right. There we go. Let's go ahead and get the broccoli prepped up. I'm not really worried about this, because the water literally only needs to be a little bit, water it doesn't have to be full water, because I'm going to be steaming this, not necessarily boiling it. So, get the broccoli out. So, I happen to like broccoli. It's one of my favorite veggies. Something for the animals. Something else for the animals. I have a steamer at home, so it typically takes about 20 minutes to steam it. So, I mean, when it's done and everything else is not cooked, I'll just eat the broccoli, because I like it anyway, so it's not that big a deal for me. Oop. That would be big. And I don't eat the stems, I don't enjoy them, so I just toss them. I guess you can peel it and it's so much better, but we'll just leave that for the critters. Alright. So that's all ready to rock and roll. I'm just gonna steam it right in the pan. Pan fry the potatoes. I still got the seasoning mix. Make sure it's not blowing away in the wind. Throw away all my trash. Oh, my potatoes are rolling boil. I better go and stir them and pull them away from the fire. Yeah, that's a definite rolling boil. I'll just pull them back just a little bit when I'm boiling that hard. Stir. Trying to get it back a bit. It's hard when everything is not level here, though. There we go. Fish out the floaties. Sweet. That's about what I want. I mean, it's still a little bit of a rolling boil. Can't speak, but it should be fine. Nice. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get the broccoli going. Potatoes are rolling along nicely. I got a spot already set for that. Alright. I still haven't checked the meatloaf. I haven't even touched that lid. I gave it a quarter turn. It's been 52 minutes. I'm going to turn it again in a bit. Cook the other side, I hope. So, potatoes are getting close. Cause, oh yeah, they're definitely getting close. I'll fry those up shortly. So, you might be wondering, am I going to do a bannock as well? And the answer to that is no. There's going to be no bannock because I opted to do potatoes instead. So potatoes will be my starch, carb. And then so I'm going to do potatoes instead. Lost my train of thought. Because I'm trying to cut back on the carbohydrates I've been consuming because carbs basically convert to sugar. So I can only do one or the other. So no bannock this time. Perhaps next time. So I could have easily done a meatloaf and a bannock together, but I've made more bannock than I've done potatoes this way. I've done potatoes like this once before when I made breakfast in the woods. So there will still be more bannock videos, don't worry. 'Cause I still love bannock. So I'm definitely going to be eating that. And my pan just slid, so I got to fix that. Okay, so my potatoes are done. Well, they're done to where I want them to be done. I gotta have a flat spot. I've got a pan here with some ghee or clarified butter from Trader Joe's. I'm going to drain the potatoes and pour them into the pan and then add the seasoning. There we go. It might look like there's a lot of butter in there, and there probably is, in all honesty, but the potatoes are going to soak some of that up. Nice. And then what I do with my seasoning. There might have been a little bit of water in there too, but that'll just cook off. No biggie. There we go. I got a little left over, which will be fine, because when I flip them, I can re-season. Got sun coming out now, so I don't get them too hot because I don't want them to fry up too fast. I want them to stick either, so. we go. We'll lift the lid on the broccoli and see how it's doing. Nice. That's real nice. There might almost be too much water in there, but it is what it is. I think we should look at the meatloaf. So let's get you close up on that. Sorry about the camera movement, but I'm going to give this to you in real time because as you see it for the first time, I will be seeing it for the first time. So it might actually be done, I think. It looks done. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. Pull that off. So that was quick time check. That was actually 1 hour. 1 hour, 1 minute. So that looked pretty good to me. Yeah, I gotta toss my potatoes a little bit so they don't get too dark on one side. Oh, lost one. There we go. Normally I cook for a long time, so that was actually looking really good. So is the broccoli. It's looking exceptional too. Looking damn good. Potatoes look excellent. Meatloaf looks good. We're about ready to eat almost. Might give it another minute on the broccoli, but you know, I like raw broccoli anyway. So if it's a little crunch, hey, that's okay for me. That meatloaf looks really good though. Looks damn good. Those are browned up nicely. I think we're about ready to eat. That's what I think. Just want to make sure the broccoli's done. So I know one good way to make sure. That's just to eat one. Oh, actually it feels nice and soft. So, oh, I lost one in the water. Actually, it's not quite done. It's a little crunchy, but I'm gonna go ahead and pull the meatloaf and potatoes off. I'm calling these done. So that's potatoes. Star of the video. Alright. Wow, 7 minutes. Alright. Let's try this meatloaf. go. Okay. The side that was facing the fire got a little dark. But I'll tell you one thing, it's hot. Whew. Okay, that is really good. Because our last bite was right out of the center. I probably could have cooked it a little less, to be honest. Here's a potato. Holy crap. Oh yeah. Damn, that's good. Wow. All right. Broccoli right off the steamer. I probably put too much water in. It's all right though. Here we go. Yeah, that was really hot. I should have been a little bit more patient. Oh yeah. Really hot though. Yeah, meatloaf though. So it looked like it got a little dark on the front and on the bottom, but I'm calling that a home run. Potatoes are good. Hot. Hot. All right. Employ a little patience. Okay. Hey, get a cold drink. Well, I'm going to kill the camera, enjoy my lunch, probably stoke up the fire one last time. And as always, I do appreciate you watching. I hope you take something away from this, like get out there and make some meatloaf, man. Good stuff. Honestly, I think it would have been done in about 45 minutes. So. But I can't stop eating. I mean, it is lunchtime, so. Okay. If you have any questions, comments, put them down below. Now that the comments are back on. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.